Hi, good morning, and welcome to demo session of Terraform code. Yes, please confirm it, guys. I am audible to you properly.
Yes,
Yeah, thank you. Okay, this demo session is completely related on AWS cloud only. So generally, what is the necessity to learn this Terraform source and course content, some demos, then registration process. This I will explain to you in this demo. And before that, myself, Nagarjuna, Valakonda, I have total 12 plus of training experience, almost 15 years of real-time experience I have. I'm still working. I'm providing on different technology trainings also. So first thing you have to consider one point to write this Terraform configuration or something. If you want to learn the Terraform, general I'm talking. No coding is required, but one thing, no coding is required. This is very clear statement. Why? Because it is not like Python, Java. There is a something like a HCL language is there. HashiCorp configuration language is there. Everything in the form of key and value. Everything in the form of key and value. But one thing, a basic Python idea means, remember, one statement to learn whatever that today's demo, really no need any programming, other skills not required. But one thing again, I am saying that Python knowledge is required. Basic Python knowledge is required. Definitely. So minimum a 1 hour of Python skills are required. At least once if you know little about Python, huh, that that basics really helpful to you. If I say nothing is required, you can join. That is wrong statement. Python basics are required here. Python basics means not entire Python, especially there is a data types concept and loops concept we have. That 1 hour also I am included in this course. I mean, to learn this course, no coding skills, first point. But once if you complete the Terraform, you will notice, okay, if I have some basics in Python, this is very easy to use. I mean, you will feel like that. So that's why here I included Python basics, 1 hour Python basics in this course. Why? Because every the data type conditions related to Python also. So even you presently you don't have any idea on Python. I will provide to you in the 1 hour. Same data types we are going to use in this Terraform course. So what is the requirement? Why we should learn this one? That is one more question. What is the use of this one? Why should we learn? So manual deplementation. For example, you have one infra is there. For example, you have one infra. You need to create 10 VM and three databases like four storage accounts. You need to create for different environments, maybe like related to testing, you prod, pre-prod, like that. You have a multiple environments are there if you want to create it on different regions. Or so same thing I want to create for different regions like a pre-prod or test, dev, a prod, UAT. So like different environments, I want to apply my configuration. So definitely possible. Just go to the portal and create it. And one thing I'm missing this point. To learn this course, definitely. Why? Because I am implementing this total on AWS cloud. So AWS basic idea is important here. Basic idea is important. Basic idea means how to create a VPC, EC2, S3, SNS, databases, load balancer. The concepts are important. But one thing, if you learn the Terraform once, you can implement on anywhere. So my plan for this course is 23 to 25 hours is there. In that, the 15 hours are common for any technology. Common for any technology. You are coming from, I mean, your target of Terraform is anything. that is secondary. But out of 23 or 25, for example, 25 you can consider. 15 hours are common for Terraform. Common for Terraform only. So if you want to implement Terraform tomorrow for Azure or tomorrow for GCP or VMware or Kill, concepts are the same only. The 15 hours and then after your particularly your cloud will come. Particularly your the particular cloud will come. So mainly we can call this Terraform as a infrastructure as a code, simply IAC. Infrastructure as a code tool we can call. It is not like any language. Simply there is a HashiCorp language is there. Like HashiCorp, nothing but just key and value only. If you notice that finally, you will understand this concept. So manual work, whatever the manual work, manual if I want to create this one for the different environments, prod, test, dev, like if I want to deploy for the different environments, I need to depend on the manual. Manual, I need to go to the portal, I need to deploy all the resources. Instead of that, even I have one question. In AWS, do we have any infrastructure as a core tool or services available in AWS already?
It's
Before this,
cloud formation.
information is there already, yeah. Even Azure also having their own infrastructure as a code. Hmm. ARM templates.
Yeah,
GCP having their own code. But why we are again going to select this one?
one tool you can have a multi-cloud.
These are the individual to that cloud only. And most of them followed the JSON format. And these are related to that cloud only. So a unified, I mean a unique technology to work for different, you can observe just observe this one. Terraform providers. Different providers we have, one second. Yeah. No, one second, Terraform providers only correct. Providers, AWS, Azure, GCP. Yeah. You can observe it. These are the providers are available. And providers again classified here two types. You can see providers are there and something contributors concept partners are available. And some are available in high level, you can see. Nothing but these clouds, not only cloud, these whatever the provider straightforward available, these it's code written by Terraform itself only. Partners means it is also Terraform code only, but written by that particular technology. So here just you can observe this is a count today you have. Majorly your requirement, whatever the plan, but your requirement out of these first three or most of the time you are going to four. Kubernetes also one of them. Okay, fine, sir. I am completely zero, then how can I start it? By the Terraform, you can deploy, deploy in the sense creation and update or whatever you created one, you can also delete it. Freshly, you can create it. And then after whatever you created, for example, I created 1, 2, 3, 4, I can update it. For example, 2.1 after creation. This is a very, very different point. After that, whatever you created, if you want, you can delete it. This is all are possible. See, whatever you created by the Terraform, that you can manage it. Outside, you can manage means definitely manage it. That is the import. But sir, before Terraform, I created something. Can I control them by the Terraform? No, 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 not like that. Whatever you are going to create, it allows you can write the code, create, deploy, delete. Instead of manually going to the portal, selecting like browser, like one option, simply, simply you can create with help of the code. Even the code also not like complex code. Here one style is Reading the document is a one skill here. Reading a document is a one skill here. That is a one of them. So that's why this is very important one. Even we added Terraform to TerraGrant also. TerraGrant is not a different tool. So again, everyone considering TerraGrant is a different tool. No, it's like a wrapper. Wrapper in the sense, for example, Terraform like a one small chocolate. The same chocolate, if I'm giving with a beautiful cover, cost is high, looks also very good. So upon the Terraform, one cover only TerraGrant. But definitely modules point, it will helpful to you, especially workspace alternate. Otherwise, I'm writing one code how to implement for the different environments at a time. I want to create 10 at a time. At a time, I want to create it. That is wonderful logic here.
Terraform workspace.
Workspace also one type of workspace is similar to same code you can implement for the multiple environment, but you need to switch every time for that. Every time you need to switch to your required workspace. Same. For example, 10 servers you want to create. Same time you can create for like dev, test, different environments without switching. Even the Terraform itself also you have already one solution, workspace, but it's very complicated. Complicated means every time you need to switch. And for every workspace, it will maintain a state file also. Like state file something, a record book. Whatever created by Terraform, that will be written inside of one file. And remember, this point, if you try to observe carefully, just I'm moving a small advance. Today, AWS version came. Then Terraform written. So, for example, AWS said first service released. First time you can consider one service is there. Then Terraform written some code for one service in the CLI format or HCL language. This is client and server approach only. So this is a version one. Next, AWS after 1 year released one more version. Now two, three, some services are added. So previous one is there. Recently now created some services. Then Terraform again created one more service, one more version released for the AWS creation. Like for example, in AWS presently, 1, 2, 3 old services are there. Next, new services are added. Then again, Terraform released one more version to interact with AWS cloud, like a API. Like that, to interact with AWS, you have a different versions are available. In today, this is a 6.280 is the latest version to interact with Terraform. You can observe here, it is not my statement. Maybe if you are watching this demo session after maybe 2, 3 months, maybe version will change. Terraform, AWS, not bucket. Just have a look carefully. Versions, why we have the version. And remember, the latest version will support the backwards compatibility. I mean, version 1, you have a AB service. Version 2, newly added C service. It will also support AB, old version also it will support. That is a very logical thing. Backward compatibility is available. So these versions automatically change every time. Every time it will going to change. Even no one will look on this area, but you can observe here. Presently 6.280 is there. Even you no need to worry about this version. If you are not defining this statement, Terraform always work with, if it is AWS cloud, AWS version. Otherwise, if you are working for Azure point, Azure version. See, GCP, Terraform, GCP. I'm first time opening this document. Same concept, you can say there is a 7.16.0 version is there. For every technology, if you are going to manage with the Terraform, there is a Terraform version to communicate with that particular cloud. There are versions are available. And now come to the implementation. First of all, complete automation, deployment automation, especially deployment automation, completely automation, consistency. I mean, same infrastructure every time you can create it. It's supporting first of all multi-cloud. It is today I defined as a heading only for AWS, but really the same technology for other clouds also. Here it is maintaining version control. There is a, I mean, you can interact with the Git also, especially module sections, and mainly code reusability and easy to scalable resources. If you want to create 3 VMs, just number write 3. If you want to create 4, you can see how simple I'm going to create some VMs in this location. Just give me 2 seconds time. This code is secondary, don't worry. But how the implementation I'm going to complete here. I'm going to take one folder. Yes, this is a one folder. Folder actually in the Terraform, if okay, the terminology you can say. If you take a folder, you need to folder some name. For example, test. Now you need to call this one as a Terraform project. Folder you should call Terraform project. Inside you can create any file name I'm not talking, but extension should be TF. Then that file inside only you can write your HCL language. Inside of that file only you can write n number of TF files you can write it. Only 2 types of files only you can create from your end. TF and TFVAR. Presently, just to extension TF is there. You can call that files as the configuration files in the Terraform. And inside that only you need to write your code. Simple, very simple. So any name inside of that, any name you can write. For example, I'm writing hi.terraform. Yeah. Everyone fixed to one standard rules, but that like main.tf. No, any name you can write it. So first you have to create a connection also. Without connection, you cannot perform it. So you don't need to write the Terraform. This word is not required. Terraform, required provider, AWS. What is that? AWS source equals to like HashiCorp only written that one HashiCorp AWS and version 6.280. You don't need to write this one. By default, if you are not defining, it is going to take the latest one on. Only tell me what is your what is the password? Password provider AWS, and my password I stored in one of the variable root or username. Now in the Terraform, what is the main thing, sir? Simply major one 50% weightage, data types and loops, conditions. First, these ones we are good at these scratch level concepts. What are the variables are there? If you come to the variable section, there are 3 types of variables are there. Basic data types are there like number, string, boolean. There is a iterable data types also there. List, tuple, set, and there is a key value approach data types also there. Map and object. If you know these data types, you can give, I mean, you are going to expert in this technology. All these 3 types of data types. 3 types of data types only. So bottom side also there, one second, these two. Bottom side data types. So one by one, that's why if you have any idea in Python, maybe you can understand why I said the line number 1 in the beginning of the today's session. Somewhere I written, here it is. Anyone of already having the idea in Python? Is there anything repeating here? My words and the same statements here? Anything is this data type similar to Python? Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Only that one only. So you will notice this one after learning the Terraform. That's why beginning initial days only we are going to concentrate on the Python data. 1 hour is enough, two enough. Not like a Python again. I don't know Python. Nothing. No, no, no. Not like that. Just a basic idea. Basic idea means about the data type. Sir, what is the major things are inside of it? First one, without any doubt, first I'm going to start the data type. It will take for me 1 week's time. And say second time, parallelly we are going to work with looping statement. Then resources, data block, dynamic block, and workspace, and variable. Okay, the first one concept is related to variables. And then after modules, very important. Here only you will get the Terra grant for the easiest to solution. Terra grant, one second. And how to store the state file. So we can call backend or state file configuration, storing the state file in the remote location. And then, yeah, integration with the Kubernetes. This is secondary and one project. These are the major topics. That's all. Even if you go with the Terraform content, you can see. So if there is only one batch, there is no other batches. Only live for 7 to 8 p.m. It's the weekdays, Monday to Friday. There is no other batches. Only one batch. And after live, you will get the daily recording. And command point also, there is no complex command. So like something today I am trying to creating something. Only few commands. Really, all are not required. Terraform init, Terraform apply. That's all. Then apply if you want, you can destroy. But if you want, there are middle so many options will come. Plan one, out, import. So mainly the first line, whatever I written, these are important. I written here also same Terraform init, initializing. Even if you have idea on the Git, we will write Git init. What is the use of the Git init generally? What is the action it will perform when I run Git init? I'm not asking about Terraform init.
Initialize that directory with I'm handling with the Git. Initializing
Like
that.
one dot Git hidden folder will be created. Am I
Yes.
right? Yeah. Same thing here also. Same thing here also. You can see presently in my folder there is only one file. If I run like Terraform init after installation of Terraform, without your interaction, it is picking the latest version or not. You can see latest version it is taking. I'm not written anything inside of this file. And there is a one folder will be created dot Terraform providers terraform dot register dot io. You can observe Terraform providers registry dot Terraform HashiCorp your AWS version your operating system inside only you are going to get a .exe file. You can see this is the way we have to remember. Yeah, this is a .exe file almost a 700 size. So this is the API is going to use your credentials and this is going to connect. Really wonderful. Sir, okay. Then after what I said, your most of the work, first priority, the third priority observe here. If you want to create anything, that is a resource. Sir, I want to create the VM. I don't know anything. Initially, we are going to depend on the portal only. Portal means if I want to create a VM, which are required, first name optional, and next one without image, will it work? No, image ID is required. Whenever you are selecting image, observe the ID number. Every time ID number is changing, and region to region, this ID number is different. Okay, for example, I'm selecting Ubuntu, and some instance type also required. What is the instance type? Key pair optional you can create without key pair also. Possible or not? Can I create the VM without key pair? I can use gem server to connect this one.
Yes, we can.
Yeah. Network, in every AWS region, without your interaction, AWS already very too talented. They creating, they're
Default
creating,
VPC and defaults of it.
yeah, default VPC. You can observe here. If it is not there, you are going to get an error also. But better to I will show you the default VPC. There is nothing. I'm going to create my default VPC. Perfectly I have. Even VPC also we can create it. Sir, fine. How to create a VM? Again, documentation. Terraform AWS. So VM is our word. Instance creation is the official word. So whenever you will write a resource, this is a hardcore. I mean, without this, you cannot write anything. The resource name, for example, resource, some name be given by cloud vendor. Example, in our scenario, AWS underscore is a resource. AWS instance is a name, resource name. You can give some alias name like VMs. You can give and never ever use the double quotes in the Terraform. Always everything in the single quotes only. Okay, guys, don't go to the technically. I'm just explaining to you what we have. And we don't know what is a data block. I'm not asking data block. I'm purely talking about the resource block. You can see something. AMI is there. Some value is there. AMI is nothing but argument. And opposite side is a data type. Argument. How you know this argument? If you go to the documentation, bottom side, slowly, you will understand instance tags is there. Not this one, just wait. Argument. Region, optional. AMI, optional. But recommended, provide a specific one. And in availability zone and CPU option, all are available, but all are optional. Whatever you want, you can provide it. For example, in my scenario, resource AWS underscore instance. By using the Visual Studio Code, your work is very simple now. So I'm writing instance type. Just to type in few keywords, you are getting this one. And instance type. Sorry, this is the AMI ID. My mistake. AMI ID. And instance type. Like for example, T2 micro. That's all. Your code is completed. And now see, presently there is a no files with extension state file. TF file is there. This is a HCL log file like version related one. Just inside you have a version. And it is above one is a hidden file on. So the first command you need to run Terraform in it already completed. Terraform plan you can run if you want. Variables we can deploy in 6 ways total. 6 ways we can deploy it. So you can see there is a plus means creation, minus means deletion, tilt operator means modification. Only 3 symbols in the Terraform. In the Terraform, you have 3 symbols only there. Excellent. It is very simple one. See, without anything, I'm going to run this one. Just observe here. Observe the portal. See, started the deployment. Started the deployment. That's created. Otherwise, no. I want to create 5 VMs. There is a 3 loops are there total. Inside one of the loop I'm using. You can see again I'm running. Now it is going to create almost 5 VMs to you now. How simple I created 5 VMs with simple code. Even I didn't use all options, very basic one only I used. So what is a block? I said argument, data type, meta arguments, variables, comment line, provider, AWS, resource block. These are all our variable section. Variables are 3 types total: input, output, local. Local similar to hard coded values. And different resources, meta arguments. Very powerful one. Someone is deleting your resources, you can restrict it. For example, I'm writing depends on, not depends on. There is a something I'm going to use. What is the name? I'm not recollecting. There is a accidental deletion. We can control it. Destroy. No. There is some
Life cycle policy, sir. Life cycle
life cycle
policy.
destroy. Yeah. Yes. Prevent, destroy equals to.
Prevent, destroy. Yes, sir.
Even if you try to delete this one, 5. Again, if you create it one more time, just I'm taking only one VM. Even I'm just ignoring this loop. One more time you can observe. I'm creating. Perfect. Now this information available. Okay. What is this one? Now I have to save this file. First of all, it is not saved. That is one problem. So you can observe here, what is that? You cannot modify, you cannot destroy. That is error. Even if I try to create it, instance cannot be destroyed. You can control it. Depends on is there. And post condition, pre-condition, these all are there. Post condition, pre-condition. I want to destroy, but before create one more object. So update time. So that is coming under the meta argument section in the Terraform. Inside of the resources only this is. And variable again I written function, general functions only to work with JSON or for example, no one will use this concept. Let's take, if you want to work anything with the Terraform, no need to write every time document, no need to write the configuration file. There is a command line interface also available, that is a Terraform console. There is a, for example, there is, I have one string is there. What we can call that is, split is one function. Good morning. Divide with like D character. See, it is divided as a D character. Based on the D character, it is divided. Not split actually. There is a split or join. Something, one function is there. Even concatenation. Like almost a 40 plus functions will help you. Even no need to remember anything. It is not a memory related test. Terraform functions like ABS function, concatenate, join, merge. These are the functions we can use to work with Terraform. But simple, similar to Python. Similar to Python. And this is a limited concept in the Terraform, not in my course, in the Terraform. That is, Terraform mainly for the deployment purpose. Creation multiple times. If you want to repeat again and again with different configuration, yeah, best option. After deploying some resources, if you want to execute some scripts, like similar to Ansible, similar to Puppet, you're creating. For example, I want to create a VM, then immediately I want to run a script inside of it. So in that scenario, these providers will helpful to you, but a limited range only. Not complex configuration like running a script and copy a file source to destination. So source to destination, this is the best one only. But it is not 100%. Terraform itself is saying that one. Don't use provisioners in the Terraform. You can ask the same question. Really, give me Terraform. Terraform provisioners, is it good option? Good or bad option? This is the one. Scripts commands on the local or remote machines during the creation or destruction of the resources. They are typically employed of a task like configuring servers, transferring the file, running custom scripts that cannot be achieved through the native AWS providers. Very basic. That's their statement only. It is not my statement. Don't go with complex one. Very basic one you can use it. Maybe you can expect this area in a future. Maybe best result in this area. Then after workspace is available. I mean nothing workspace means no, there is no big confusion. One second, I'm coming outside. Terraform workspace is there. I mean same code, workspace ls, Terraform workspace list. There are, observe here, one second, Terraform spelling mistake, workspace list. There is a by default is the same code I want to use for another infrastructure. Otherwise, I will write one tag to you, just close lecture. Same code, you can observe here there is a state file came. In the state file inside of the resource block inside instance what is available. If you close lecture, somewhere instance is available. Yeah. Here your deployed resources information is available. You can observe carefully all the information recorded here. Same code I want to use 5 times for 5 different environments. Is it possible now? The same code I want to use for 5 different environments. Is it possible?
Yes.
Yeah. How that one?
Terraform
Either you can go with
workspace.
TerraGrant or workspace Cont.
Workspace.
You can observe here. I will show you this option very technical point. There is a tag I will use. In the AWS, name is a fixed one. capital N name. Why? Because if you use capital N, that will, this is the name, this capital name tag only, one of the inbuilt tag. I am writing VM, just I'm writing Terraform dot workspace. I'm writing.
Space.
Just I'm going to replace this one with VM creation. And presently there is a one state file only there. Even technically you can see this folder. There is no subfolders. This is internally. I written this code and Terraform only created this file, not with your only one file I created. But you can see same code we can implement for the multiple servers in without going to the one more folder. Actually, if I want to deploy one more environment, what is the general approach? You can copy paste this folder. One more time you need to run. But reality, you can observe Terraform workspace is first of all workspace you can observe. There is no workspace, only default is there. Yeah. If you want, you can create workspace, new prod, like testing or dev. Now Terraform workspace, you can observe here how many workspaces I have. Dev is there. 4 are there. Now presently I am in the dev. If I want to switch to one workspace to another workspace, Terraform workspace, just press enter. Select is the command. Nothing to by heart here. Dev. I am in the dev. How to confirm it? Which workspace? Same thing, just multiple Xerox copies. Terraform apply auto approve. You can observe here. One folder will be created with your, yeah, just wait. You can observe this screen only. One folder created with your environment, with your state file, it is going to maintain. Even we feel this is complicated. For this, there is a terragrant.hcl file. We can use it. What is the competitor for the Terraform now in the market? Who is the best competitor for the Terraform now in the market? Who is the best competitor for the Terraform? Open to a few. This is a one competitor, but not this much of market. One of the competitor. These two are using the Terragrant for the modules concept. Modules is nothing but code reusability is a concept. You can ask same question. Who is a competitor?
They have just forked this Terraform repo. No? I mean, they are nothing different there.
Terragrant is the
Open
wrapper.
tofu. Open tofu.
Even the word also not there. Ansible cloud formation. Yeah.
Yeah, it is there. Problem is there.
So this is the one, and you can observe here how the flow is going to come in the training. Just I am showing to you some of the existing batches videos. It's a live training, but I'm showing to you after live you will get. Just give me 1 second. Yeah, this is a one like same way. For example, if you are I'm taking one topic, one of them. Just I'm showing to you on the screen how the flow is work. For the data types. One. Example, I'm maintaining same location for all three, right? Mainly, I want to concentrate. No, not required. Yeah. So there are 3 loops are there, and each loop having its own assistance, like something. Count variable, count loop is there. It's a loop. Its assistant is the index. For each loop is there. Its assistant is that key, is that value. And technical word is count loop only support list and tuple. And this loop will support map set. Even object also. Object is a heterogeneous, anything. And finally, I added one project with the Kubernetes implementation with and the Kubernetes code inside. We can write this Terraform, Terragrant. It is planned completely 1 month, but without Saturday, Sundays. Totally 23 hours of duration is there. And batch going to start from 27th itself only. There is no delay. 27th onwards, we have a regular session, 7 to 8. There is no gap. And come to the payment part. It's a one-time payment. There is a one second. This is the one. So 3000 and this is a QR detail. And after the payment, please share the screenshot to this number. You can share the screenshot to this number. Very straightforward and very immediately. I mean, there is no gap to, there is no 1 week gap like that. Tomorrow, anyhow, January 26th. 27th onwards, we have these regular batch sessions. Okay.
What would be the timings?
It is